What would you say to a person that literally lays most of their joy in their expectations?
The best way to approach marriage is not to have a lot of expectations of your spouse, but rather to be able to be ready to meet their expectations and them not meeting yours.
You know Kamulani?
I know that red paper.
This is Affinity, the Love Lounge.
Our amazing people, we are happy to be with you yet again at Affinity, the Love Lounge. What an exciting moment. We have taken a lot of time giving attention to our single people who long to be married and discussing the beauties of singlehood and everything in there. But roundabout now, we are getting into another pillar of Affinity, which is your marriage. And it's going to be an exciting ride. And we are privileged today to have a man who does not only talk about love, he's a married man, he's serving God in ministry, he is in the marketplace, a friend, a brother I have known for a very long time, very many years. I don't know how many years I've known you. His name is Mr. Jonathan Gwaitta. And he has had such a profile of leadership from when he was young, a footballer, those days. Do you still remember your football days? I hope you still play football.
I still remember. Of course, now with a lot of responsibilities around me,
yes,
it's not as much as I used to, and I really long to do that.
You can't imagine that right now I have a picture of you about to score a goal at the Mtare Stadium in Kacheka.
Can you imagine?
I have a picture right now.
In the 2000s.
Yes.
You know, the early 2000s.
Yes.
It's just been a journey, and it's by God's grace that we are where we are now.
We are where we are.
Yeah.
One of the reasons that I really needed you here is the consistency that I have observed with your life.
Well,
did you know there is a scripture that says they are watching you, marking all you do?
Yeah.
I am one of those that has been watching you.
Well, by the time you just sought me out, I was like, what? Ditas? This one has been quite a while. And I remember when we met, and I was like, man, I think the last time I saw you was in Kololo.
Yes.
And you are wearing a white shirt. To that detail.
Yes.
But it had been like a year without us meeting. So it was nice reconnecting again.
Truly.
Over that phone call, over that WhatsApp.
Yes.
And here we are.
How is your family?
Well, my family is growing.
Amazing. How many now? That's a question they always ask me.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to ask you too.
By the grace of God, we have 3 amazing girls.
Wow.
And another on the way.
Oh.
So it's
my wife.
A journey.
What are we planning?
Yeah. And so I thank God for my wife who's been able to, do it over and over and multiply.
Tell us about you. What do you want people to know?
It's a pleasure to be here on this show. My name is Jonathan Gwaitta, just as introduced by my brother here, Ditas. I am married to a one Cordelia Zion Tumusime, my wife of 8 years. So we've been married 8 years by God's grace. And we are still doing this journey together.
Yes.
Full of many ups and downs, but largely we are doing what God called us to do in becoming one.
Wow.
So that's who I am. We have 3 amazing girls. And in this time, we are learning how to be parents.
Yes.
It's learning on the job.
Yes.
So it never stops.
Yes.
And I serve a church, the Ministry of Watoto, which is a cell ministry, overseeing a group of cells. These cells are fellowships, small gatherings within our homes in the area of Chanja that I work with other men and women to make sure that these groups continue to thrive as we bring church close to us. Because you and I are the church.
Yes,
it's not a building that we go to, but it is the body of Christ. Yourself, myself, and many others. We are the church. So we make sure that we in our homes are able to encourage one another, just like it was in the days of the apostles.
Acts of the apostles.
Yes.
Church
meeting together. Church was in homes. And so the idea of having church in homes is what I take part with Watoto and participate in giving oversight.
I'm excited by the idea that you said that you are 8 years into marriage.
Yeah.
And that makes you a perfect candidate for my conversation today. Because I needed somebody who can journey with me through the first 5 years of marriage. So now that you have just gone a little above it, Psychology, do you know psychology proves that people are mentored most by those who are just a little ahead of them?
Interesting.
Even children tend to look up to their elder siblings than they look up to their parents. So it's quite interesting right in there. So we want to just be able to divide. We want to look into dissect these first 5 years of marriage. There are roses, there are thorns in there. You know, a rose has thorns to it, but it remains a rose.
Oh yeah.
How was your first 5 years?
First 5 years, that's an interesting question. You know, I think I was told just before we got married that if you're able to survive the first 5 years of the marriage, then you can actually make it going on and on and on.
Okay.
In marriage. But it is interesting that even after 20 years, unfortunately, people can separate.
Yes.
You know? And so the dynamics of the first 5 years may be different for every couple.
Yes. Right.
But there are several things that seem to cut across, especially that you're beginning to become one.
Yes.
In those first 5 years.
Yes.
It is a first-time experience. And we've known that if you want to learn a language, just be at it for 21 days.
Okay.
I have a background of IT and all, and so there used to be a programming language that still is called C.
This is C.
Yeah, in 21 days.
Yes.
So that if you can be able to do it consistently for the first 21 days, you can at least gain mastery of it. So I suppose that the first 5 years within a marriage set a very good foundation or a very poor one for a couple. And so you have used the analogy of the rose. And I know many people usually say marriage is not a bed
of roses.
Of roses.
I've heard that.
But I would like to flip it.
Thank you.
Actually marriage is a bed of roses. Why? It is that beautiful.
Yes.
The flower is beautiful to look at, beautiful to the eye, but it has these thorns that prick you, that make you uncomfortable, that make you, you know.
I've also noticed that the thorns are not what is in the face. They are somewhere on the stem.
Yeah, they're on the stalk.
On the stalk, you know? Yes. And what is out there is the beautiful
what
rose.
is being shown is the beautiful rose. And that's what we usually go for when you get a bouquet of flowers to take to your wife. Usually, those florists know how to slice off those pricks, the thorns. And so they leave the stalks, which are without the thorns.
Yes.
So, and I think that is a picture that is usually painted of marriage, that it's just as beautiful and what, but it also has its own thorns that probably we may want to speak to today.
What have you enjoyed in your first 5 marriages? What are some of these, what are the beauties? We need to, because you mentor singles and young people and prepare them for marriage. They need to continue to be inspired, to be motivated. You've already said marriage is a bed of roses. What are the things, I'm going to start with you. I don't know how vulnerable you're willing to go. What are the things you lay back on your pillow and visualize and begin to smile?
Well, I will just do a quick flashback in my dating days.
Yes.
When I first saw my wife, I will be honest with you, I saw a peacock. You know, a peacock is that the male peacock.
Yes.
So the female one is a peahen.
Yes.
But the beautiful one is the cock, because it's the one that is able to display flash its feathers so beautifully. So me, I saw a peacock. How she was dressed, you know, and how, you know, us as men, we are visually, oriented.
Yes.
So when I saw her, that's the picture that I saw. A beautiful young lady. And I was intrigued by the beauty of this young lady, now my wife. And so fast forward into the marriage, that's the picture that I had. I couldn't wait to spend the rest of my life with her.
Wow.
You know? And so, of course, the wedding happens, and then we go for the honeymoon, beautiful as it was, and we come back, and it's just the two of us.
In there.
You know, just in there. Just the two of us. We are starting. I will tell you, I enjoyed the time when it was just the two of us.
Okay.
Free to be what we wanted to be in our own home.
Okay.
Do whatever it is that we wanted to do.
Okay.
without any restrictions, without any disturbances,
Okay.
and be with a person that I always looked forward to being
Below
with.
18, switch off. We are now digging into it.
Yeah.
What was happening in that space?
My friend, my wife is a conversationalist.
Okay.
And so she loves to talk. She loves to express herself.
Wow.
And back in the day when we were just married, I used to love enjoying watching movies quite a lot.
Yes.
So, would spend a lot of time over the weekend when we are done with every other thing that wanted to do, sit side by side and either watching a movie together,
Yes.
holding each other and enjoying that
Banange.
oneness.
Now, me, I like to watch movies, but the moment I turn it on, sit my wife next to me,
Yeah.
2 minutes, I turn like this, she has slept off. I don't know whether the mystery is in my chest or the movies I've never found the right ones.
Well, I do not know, there could be mysteries in your chest indeed.
I
but,
turned off the TV in my house.
You give her that comfort that she can always, feel safe to sleep.
Come and tell us.
Yeah, but the first 5 years, indeed, what I enjoyed, I've just talked about it.
Yes.
And being able to have those date nights that we carried into our marriage right from our dating and courtship time, and we continued.
You date in marriage?
Yes.
How?
What an interesting question.
Yes,
just
seriously.
the way you date your wife.
Yeah, because wait a minute, because
Yes.
before you're at home,
Yes.
you are lonely, you're missing somebody special.
Yeah.
You have had someone who has given you permission into their story.
Yeah.
So you were bored by your house. So that triggers,
The need,
the need, the urge. You call her out, Serena, name them, and you go sit and have a good time. But now she's here. We go to work. That's what most of us men do. We just leave her home, go to chase the money. She's already here. For you, what do you mean dating?
As human beings, we're very complex.
Okay.
We have known each other, yourself and I, for such a long time.
A long time, yes.
But I cannot fully say that I know you.
Yes.
The same analogy is with a spouse.
Okay.
Today, they are this. Tomorrow, they are that.
Okay.
And times and seasons change. And what shapes us mostly is the environment around us. So I get up in the morning, go to work. She gets up in the morning, goes to work. We are away from each other. We come back. So there are certain things that I have taken in, that she has taken in, and so that could shape my thinking or the ways that God is teaching me as I read from His Word and also have that conversation and commune with Him that is teaching me. And so I'm morphing into a different person.
Yes.
So I can never say that I know my wife fully.
Because people perpetually change.
We keep on changing. And so what she likes today might be different from what she likes tomorrow. And how will I know that unless I specifically take aside time to date her, to know her, to have those conversations outside the normal setting of doing family life, of, hey, the dishes are here for washing, cooking the food, taking children to school. Outside that, she is a full, unique personality that I need to always dig into, understand who she is becoming.
Can you mention specifically the activities you do that we can learn from, pick a leaf from you, and you define as dating? To say now we are dating because of this activity. Maybe some of us do them, but we don't know that we are dating, or we think it's expensive, or we are avoiding it. What are some of the activities one could do and know that they are taking time to know?
Interesting question. My wife has always told me, dating me doesn't have to be expensive. Let's pick a pack of popcorn,
Yes.
drive to some garden somewhere and sit on the grass and just have a conversation. And in our first years of marriage, she always asked me a particular question: how is your heart? How is your heart? That question still lingers in my mind. She used to ask it a lot in those first 5 years. She always wanted to know what I am feeling, what I am thinking. So, and for us as men, I will tell you, I would be uncomfortable sometimes when she says, you know what, we need to talk. I'm like, okay, what are we going to talk about today?
Yes. Yes.
You know, did I do anything wrong?
Yes.
But she's longing for connection.
Yes.
So I should actually give all the flowers to her
Yes.
for always reminding us to do the dating.
Okay.
And so should say, it doesn't need to be expensive. We don't need to go to an expensive hotel or restaurant. No, it is just me and you having our own time,
Okay.
getting to know what is happening in each other's lives,
Yes.
and talking through the difficult moments that you could have experienced at work,
Yes.
where I am not, and just you being a listening ear. That in itself is dating.
Mrs. Osh, work on the popcorn. I'm looking for a garden. But when
Yeah.
you said something to do with the changes,
Yeah.
and I agree with you that human beings change.
Yeah.
Because we simply respond to the environment around us,
Many
and they
times.
shape us.
Yeah.
Now, doesn't that sometimes cause conflict because we expect this, and then it's as if you're changing to this? The man used to be single. You probably change because you're married. You switch jobs, you earn more or earn less sometimes. Maybe change where you stay, maybe change how you worship or what they knew you to be in worship. Does change lead to conflict? And if so, how is that in marriage, those first 5 years?
Change is a fact of life. And I remember doing physics. I think there was the law of inertia of an object does not want to move unless an external force acts on it. I may not have quoted it so well, but it's a fact of life.
Yes.
As we age, we change a little bit. I could have been fast in the way I used to do things,
Yes.
but now maybe with age I'm being a bit
slowing
slower.
down.
And so likewise, even in a marriage, yeah, change happens. And sometimes how prepared we are to receive it may either cause conflict or not. It may aggravate it for some, or for others, the change could be very positive, that it helps them even to get closer and become happier. But you mentioned something on expectations.
Yes.
You know, before you get married, you could have an ideal thinking or expectations of what marriage is like. Then you step in there with a person that you looked at as the most angelic person that you had ever come across.
Yes.
But now you're living life together.
Yes.
And you see a different person altogether. And you wonder, did this man change? Did
Yes.
this lady change?
Yes.
I will want to mention, to say this, that the best way to approach marriage is not to have a lot of expectations of your spouse, but rather to be able to be ready to meet their expectations and them not meeting yours. Because
So you say that again. You prepare yourself to meet the
your spouse's expectations and hopes and serve them,
Yes.
and you expect them not to do anything for you.
For you. Hard paper.
It's a hard one.
You know Kamulari?
I know that red paper. It's a hard one. Even the man who is speaking these things,
Yes.
it's not as easy.
Yes.
Because I had expectations, and some of which probably were not met.
Yes.
And I got disappointed. I'm like, really? I thought you would know how to do this. You would do that for me.
Yes.
I would expect that probably when I come back from work and you're home,
Yes.
you would be excited to see me and, you know, come give me a big fat hug. I love hugs.
I thought I'm alone.
And probably for her,
Yes.
it's not a thing that she looks up to, and that's
Yes.
not how she loves you.
Yes. Expresses her
Yeah,
love
expresses
to you.
her love to you by when you come back from work and she's all open-armed and going out to hug you, and that's not her thing.
Yes.
And rather, she would prepare a very tasty glass of juice for you, serve it on the table, and just wait for you to come sit and
Now
have
wait a
it.
minute. I'm closing into a decade in marriage. Me, I still want the hug.
Yeah.
The expectation has refused to die. That one, I
Yes.
still want to come back home.
Yeah.
And the first face I see is this flower I chose out of many, coming and giving me the whole of herself. I hate side hugs. Eh?
I can imagine. And I remember you back in the days, back in our high school.
She's going to say that I want that.
Yes.
I don't want to kill that expectation. So wherever you're going,
Yeah.
please don't encourage her to stop that.
Yes, I just wanted to go back to that statement that I made that do not expect much, but rather expect to serve your spouse.
Yes.
Because once your expectations are that high,
Yes.
you know, this high, and the person is meeting you this way, the level of disappointment is so big. You can see the gap in between.
Yeah.
Is so big that you think you are in a wrong place. But if your mindset is that I am going to serve my spouse without expectation of them reciprocating it, when they meet you at a point that you secretly have in your heart, you will just be full of thanks.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
And so it is important to know that yes, people do change.
Yes.
And when we get into this marriage thing with very high expectations, trust me, we are just but human. And so we are frail and we fail. We are bound to disappoint each other so bad. And so it is important to give each other grace.
I want to bring you to a place of grace, but just before that, I want us to first go back to the place of expectation.
Yeah.
What would you say into a person, if not all of us, that literally lays most of their joy, if not all of their joy, in their expectations? In other words, I just let my heart be happy when my expectations are met. So if you tell me not to have or reduce or lower my expectations, you're like telling me to suffocate my joy.
I hear you. And
what do you speak to someone in that place?
That is how human we all are, you know. We are all human to that level. Yes. And the expectation actually goes to a point of hope, because you know when your hopes are dashed, then you feel like the whole world is crumbling in on you. But I will want to say that it's important to understand what marriage is, the blueprint of marriage. Unfortunately, I think when we do premarital counseling, we do not get it in its full extent, what God's blueprint for marriage is. And when you look at Ephesians chapter 5, from verse 21 to 33, it sets the blueprint for marriage, whereby it is not a man or a woman getting into this marriage for their own satisfaction and good,
but to serve the other.
But rather to honor God through this marriage and allowing God to work through them to serve the needs of their spouse.
So do we need to begin to reorient people, to reset our hearts, and choose to enter marriage only if you know you are willing and ready to go and serve somebody, rather than go there to be served?
Exactly.
Is it a safer place?
It is a safer place, and we need to teach that. Because marriage is an institution that God has ordained. Right from the beginning, when you read Genesis, when he creates man, and he gives man work in his presence in that Garden of Eden, you know, the presence of God was with man after he has created him. And then he gives him work to do, still in the presence of God. And after he has established him in that presence and has given him work to do, he then gives him a woman. And he ordains that first marriage, for companionship, for intimacy, for them to be together. And of course, he gives them instructions to be fruitful and multiply. As we journey on and read in the scriptures, we get to see, especially in that Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21 to 33, we see him giving an elaborate picture of what it is that he wants from a marriage. You know, it is to help us be better sanctified. Being able to serve the other person and forfeiting your own needs is a very, very sharp pruning that you go through as an individual.
It's a sharp pruning because one of the major concerns we've had on our streets are You hear it in the corridors of work, open newspapers, social media.
Yes.
Even when you quote the scripture you're picking on, you hear our sisters or married women saying, if a man loves you right, you submit effortlessly. There's no struggle. Then you hear men saying, if a woman is submissive, you don't have a struggle loving them. So it's as if I'm hearing them continuing to demand, to be served rather than give attention for their opportunity to serve the other. And what I hear that you are leading us to is the place where we appreciate that our duties before God are independent. You have a responsibility to this individual before God.
Exactly.
And that is independent of what they are doing, irrespective of whether they are doing their own or not. You have a duty to love her, not dependent on how much submitted she is. She has a duty to submit, irrespective of how much he loves. Because your words seem to be leading to that. Am I quoting you right?
You are. And I will want to paraphrase verse 21.
Yes.
It starts with a grand opening that actually flips what our world tends to put on table.
Yes.
It says, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. It does not say, wife, submit. That comes in verse 22 going.
Yes.
But verse 21 starts with, submit one to another out of reverence for Christ.
So it's not even because you are good and deserving of my submission.
No.
It's I'm doing it in reverence.
In reverence for Christ. And so it is telling the husband to submit.
In reverence.
It is telling the wife to submit to her husband.
In reverence.
In reverence for Christ.
Not to a deserving man.
No, not to a deserving man.
Not to a deserving woman.
I am as sinful as I can ever be without the help of the Holy Spirit.
Boo.
You know? As wild as I can ever get.
Boo.
So is my wife. So is your wife and yourself.
Ooh.
All of us.
So my pastor also.
Without God helping us, we are as wild as we can ever be.
So we do these things in reverence to God.
Yes.
Marriage is quite now becoming another thing. So this is meanwhile, people should know that we need to know the standard, know the light, and then begin to aspire to it. They shouldn't feel we are saying that for us we are necessarily there.
No.
But that is the standard, and we have to set a goal and work towards achieving it.
Yeah.
I feel for me, the take home, one of those key take homes right now is that you do this in reverence to a higher authority, which is not your spouse.
Exactly.
So your duty to loving, to submitting is in reverence to Christ. And then you now serve.
Exactly.
Because he's supervising. Because I notice he sees in your heart.
Yeah, he does.
What do you do when conflict is happening?
Conflict.
How do you manage that?
Conflict is inevitable, where more than one person is living in one space.
Yes.
There is bound to be conflict. Yes. Why? We are inherently selfish as human beings.
Yes.
Self-centered. Yes. I want this glass here.
Yes.
And the reason why I want it close to me is so when I reach out, I can quickly get it.
Yes.
Another person will also have a different thinking. It can easily fall off the table. So let it be in the middle.
Center. Yes.
This is already potential for conflict.
Yes.
So conflict doesn't have to be so huge. It can be something as small as that. And you're already conflicting. But where you know that the overall goal is for us to be better. Yes. And so even when we conflict, I am not attacking you as an individual. We are rather having an issue that we need to deal with. How do we separate ourselves from the issue? And then we say, let's talk about the issue and not attack each other's personalities.
That's hard.
It is hard. It might look like theory, very theoretical.
Yes.
But I am telling you, as long as you start walking with the Lord, each one of us, the husband and wife, it's like a triangle. God being at the pinnacle, an equilateral triangle. Husband to the right, wife to the left. and we are each growing towards God, He keeps on pruning us. Because inherently, we will have our own vices, you know? Sin is our nature, is in our nature. But as long as we continue to grow towards God, then the fruit of the Spirit continues to manifest on the inside of us. And we get to understand what forgiveness is. What does God say about forgiveness? What does He tell me when I'm even in a point of conflict? What am I supposed to do?